guys, and welcome to another video of Anna does Pilates at home. Welcome back to those that have been doing the classes for some time, and welcome to all of the new joiners. If you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe. This allows me to keep going with all of those free classes. So this video is a beginner Pilates class. It's mat work, so all you need is a mat and yourself. So let's go and get started. We'll start sitting first of all. And just in that position, we're going to stretch a little bit. So circling those shoulders first of all. And then doing the circle on the other way. And relaxing them there. Taking one ear to one shoulder, making sure your shoulder doesn't creep up, keeping the shoulder relaxed. You can add a little bit of extra pressure with your head if you need a bit more of a stretch around that neck. Good stuff, switching sides. And again, you can add that over pressure if you need. Coming back, crossing your arms, we're going to go to twist to one side, keeping shoulders relaxed, making sure it's coming very much from the shoulder blade area. And coming back, same way again. One more time, same way. Let's go do the same on the other side. And coming back, and again. And coming back, one more time. And back. Left arm out to the side, right arm above the head, mermaid stretch to that left. And then switch side, mermaid stretch to that right. And just keep alternating there. And just one more on each side. Coming back. Lovely. Let's go on to our mats on our back, and we are going to find our neutral position. So to do so, legs bent, keeping your knees together and feet together to start with, and then bringing your heels apart, your toes apart to create a little bit of space in between the knees. Back should be nice and flat, so thinking of it in contact with the mat, just a tiny bit of space for an imaginary blueberry. Neck is relaxed, feel free to have a pillow if you need. You should have space for an imaginary throat between your chin and your chest, and rib cage is relaxed also. So this is your neutral position there. And from that position, we are going to go to one leg stretch and then onto double leg stretch. Keeping my left leg where it's at, nice and stable, right leg is going to slide against the mat and coming back. Thinking of my left knee being nice and stable, that imaginary glass of whatever you fancy having tonight. And we're not going to waste any of it. Once you've done 5 on that one side, you can switch to the other side. Keeping the back nice and flat, don't let yourself wiggle. Your breathe in goes breathe out, slide, breathe in, come back. Once you're happy with the leg part of the movement, you can add the arms. Arms are going to be up to the ceiling, and then as the leg slides, arms behind your head into a big circle, and arms coming back at the same time as your knee coming back. Breathe out, arms behind head, legs slide. Breathe in, bringing arms and leg back. Switching again every 5. If you're familiar with the double leg stretch and you wish to progress to level 2, you can do so with having one leg into that single tabletop position, straightening the leg from there and bringing it back from there. Rib cage is also nice and relaxed, so don't let it creep up as the arm comes up to the ceiling. Switching sides after 5 again. Let's go ahead and make the next set the last set. And start being aware of your trans-abdominal muscles, the lower abdominal part. And try and see what they are doing. Should almost be that belly button just slightly engaged. Making sure you're not holding your breath at any point. Good stuff, bringing your knee to your chest and just stretching your back and your hips for a few seconds there before we move on to the next exercise. Just coming back to your neutral position there. You need to reset heels apart, toes apart. And from there, pop your hands onto those trans-abdominals I was talking about. So to find them, onto the bony bits, down an inch, down another inch, and you can keep your hands there so you can feel what's happening underneath your hands. We are going to go to hip twist. I will again show level 1 and then move on to level 2 for those that are familiar with the movement. Keeping the left leg where it's at, nice and stable, the right leg comes down slightly. Now what you shouldn't do is drop all the way that you're not controlling it. So it's actually a fairly small movement, but you still want to go far enough that you are challenging the control and engaging those muscles that you're feeling underneath the hands, just slightly engaging. You should not be feeling a drop underneath your hands, so that you're still controlling the movement with the hip. Breathing out as you come down and in as you come back. Again, switching after 5. Neck is still nice and long. Ribs are still nice and relaxed against the mat, if not synced up. The lower back still nice and flat. If you're not familiar with the neutral position, the breathing and all of that is confusing you, feel free to go and pause and then go and watch my Pilates Basics Explained video. Feel free to stay at level 1, otherwise for level 2, your leg comes up to neutral position, into single tabletop again, and then it drops out to the side and back from there, so you'll be a lot more inclined to rotate to the side that the leg comes down. Again, stable leg is nice and stable, thinking of that heel sinking down against the mat. Breathe out down, in back. Trying to really keep that knee in line with the other knee, not dropping too far down. One more on each side. Lovely. And when you've finished your set, you're going to come up onto sitting. So onto your sitting bone, thinking of the natural C shape of your spine, which you're going to maintain the whole movement, we're going to go into half roll down. I quite like keeping my hands on my legs, giving me the feedback. So we roll down the way, halfway, keeping neck nice and relaxed, looking nice and straight, shoulders relaxed, and then coming back up. Breathe out, come down. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, back up. And to allow a bit of a stretch and opening around the shoulder blades, what we're going to do is bring the arms all the way up as we come back up on the next one. Coming all the way up before we come back down. So you should feel this around the rib cage, around the abdominals area. Yet making sure you're not overstretching through the shoulders, overcompensating with the neck. No cheating with those feet as well, don't let them leave the floor. Good job, guys, keep it up. Let's go and make it 5 more. Do you have a breather if you need? Keeping that natural shape of the spine the whole time. Good stuff, well done. When you've done your last 5, you're going to roll onto your side, finding your nice neutral position in that position as well. So lengthening your whole body, finding your hip, rolling forward and back as you need. And when you're happy that you're on your bony bits, you might feel a little bit unsteady, which is absolutely fine. Then thinking about your hand position. Hand is very just subtly holding on, thinking of an imaginary meringue that we sit on. We're not fixing with the upper body. From there, we're going to bend the knees slightly. Keeping everything in nice alignment, we're going to lift the top leg up just to hip height, so not too high up, all in line. From there, it's going to glide forward and glide back. Breathing out forward. Breathing in, back and behind, making sure that your back is nice and flat, so the movement's very much coming from that hip. So this is your side kick level 1. And you may choose to challenge the mobility and balance a bit more by having your hand onto the waist. You can also push that waist away to really open around that area. And we're almost thinking like we're on an imaginary table, that we are gliding all the way forward, all the way back, so your knees should not be pointing towards the floor at any point. And feel free to progress to level 2, either both legs straight or keeping the lower leg just slightly bent and doing it that way, making sure that you are in control and do not progress too quickly. Gliding forward, gliding back. Good stuff, well done. Let's make it 5 more. you've done your 5, rest that top leg in front of the other, just to give it a little stretch before we repeat the same exercise on the other side. So in your own time, switching sides. And again, nice and straight, finding the right neutral position. Make sure you find that position. Take as long as you need before starting the exercise. So on that bit unsteady bony bit, bending the leg slightly. Kick level 1 or into your side kick level 2 with the knees slightly bent depending on what level you're at on the other side. Breathing out forward, breathing in back. Again, make sure that you're having the movement coming from the hip. Don't let your back take over. Gliding that table forward and gliding on that table back. Hand at the front to get a bit of help around the stability in that meringue shape on the waist. Good job. Let's make it 5 more at the level that we're at. Good job, and again resting that leg on top of the other for a little stretch. Our next exercise will be on our stomach, so in your own time, rolling on your stomach then. And we are going to go into breaststroke prep. So on your stomach, it's important to still make sure you're in your neutral position. So thinking of the pelvic tilts, rocking forward and back, finding that neutral. Stomach nice and relaxed, and feel free to just feel around the transabdominals there that they are engaged, tucking that belly in a little. Neck is nice and relaxed still, so forehead is on the mat, and you can have a roll towel at the forehead to help if you're not liking the nose sensation getting squished. Head is relaxed, shoulder are relaxed. I would like you to think about the tip of your fingers getting pulled away from your body and then coming up, so we squeeze the shoulder blades together like we have an imaginary pen. The neck comes up but nice and straight at the same time, and then back down. So thinking about 2 strings, one at the top of the head, one in the middle of the spine. Fingers lengthening up, lifting up, keeping abdominals nice and engaged. The back should not be curving, and coming back down. Breathe out, come up. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, back down. No tensioning of the neck, it's coming up nice and long at the same time as the shoulder blades. Walking nice and down, lengthening up. Good job, 5 more. Last 5. And relax when you've done your 5. Well done. Coming up onto the knees and then relaxing down with the hands at the front into your child pose with your shell stretch. You can shift your weight towards the right a little bit more, opening up the shoulder on the right hand side and then shifting weight to the left. And back onto the middle. Both hands pushing down against the mat. And working your fingers, really opening up as much as you can. And then coming onto all 4, I'm going to go and do a few thread the needles. Keeping the back nice and flat, and you can do a couple of cats and dog to help you find the middle if you're not sure. Belly button still engaged, neck still nice and long. My right hand is going to slide underneath my left hand and up, looking at that hand the whole way. Then it's going to come up the way, twisting before it comes back. So sliding, looking up, and then out to the other side, twisting and up, keeping a look of that hand the whole way so the neck follows. 2 more on that one side. Trying to make sure that your hip stays nice and stable. It's very much around the shoulder blades. Lovely. Doing the same on the other side there. Breathing out as you slide, in as you come back. Last one. And back. Rolling onto your back. Bringing your arms out to your side and bringing your legs up, keeping back nice and flat. From there, just coming down to one side and down to the other. And we're going to also stretch the neck by going down with the legs first and then bringing the neck to the opposite side, resting there for a few seconds. Then make sure you bring your neck first to the middle before you bring your legs back. Same on the other side. Neck opening to the opposite side. Bringing the neck back to the middle and the legs back. Just once more on each side. Breathe out down. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, come back. And back down there. Bringing your left leg up to the ceiling, toes pointing up, and then using your hand, bringing that leg a little bit closer to you if you can, just stretching the back of the leg around the hamstring. Engaging the calves a little, bringing the toes down to you, giving it a good stretch, and then the toes up to the ceiling. And again. Last time. And coming down, switching sides. So again, leg nice and straight, hand above or below the knee, bringing the leg closer to you to feel the stretch at the back of the leg. Toes pointing up to the ceiling, toes looking down at you. Nice, relaxed breathing. Coming back, last stretch, bring the left leg bent, knee towards chest, right leg straightening, opening up around the hip extensors at the groin. Pushing that knee towards your chest as much as you can. Again, nice and relaxed breathing. And switching sides. Right knee to chest, with the hands pushing that knee towards chest a little bit more, allowing to open the hip flexors of the opposite leg. And coming back. And that is us. Hope that you have enjoyed your class today. As per usual, keep safe and hope to see you all very soon again. Bye bye just now.